For me, it's more of a why 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 live on this earth in this universe the one time that your physical conscious being can realize it. When you die and you reborn or die, go to heaven, hell, whatever y'all believe, go back to your mama pussy, go in the dirt, turn to a bird, a bee, whatever it is that you think gonna happen. 9 times out of 10, your conscious and your soul being that you have right now, the person that you like to watch your movies and your favorite artists, the songs, the food that you like, your taste buds, you might not have that same conscious to remember this moment and remember these times. So therefore, this soul and this ambience and this energy that you have to capitalize. You have to capitalize. Because who's to say to know that the things that you do right here may not get carried over and be able to be used again? Who knows? Maybe you can die with the money. Who fucking knows? How do you know? It's so I just love the fact how people live off of so many sayings that they've never challenged and actually did. They don't even have the possible means to know if this is actually truth or not. How you know if you die with the money and you can't take the money and the money don't go over to the other side with you some way, shape, or form, motherfucker? You know, you met God, you talk to him, you seen the devil. You been to what they call it, the preliminary, what they call that motherfucker. You been there? You
You
don't
talking about the
know.
pearly gates?
Yeah.
No,
Perjury.
Purgatory.
there it is, the purgatory.
Purgatory.
Yeah.
There it is. There goes somebody smart on here. Good girl. That's
You
what I'm
know it's
talking about.
wax. You know it's wax.
So that be my thing. Like I just look at it like shit. For the countries that I do have, for the moment that I do have, for the pressures that I do have on this earth, shit, I gotta make everything memorable for myself, not just for others, but for myself. But at the same time, also making a memory of myself for others because the energy and the moments that you leave on earth is the inspiration. That's the teachings. That's the motivation. That's all the things that people carry over to their children and their livelihood.
Start
Half
bringing
of y'all people
people
that's
up.
on this motherfucker right here is just on here to talk, to exchange information, to exchange thought processes. And a lot of the times when people talk, people run out of information and things to talk about themselves. So what do they end up doing? They end up talking about the lifestyles and the legacies of others. And in most situations, in other communities and other, how can I say this? In other races and other communities, the livelihoods and the legacy and they build empires and history books and all of these great ass things about old people or people that was just here, and we don't do that shit. I'm trying to be in history. I'm trying because the history that I leave is going to inspire the next king and the next god and the next creator and the next motherfucker to be better than me in my footsteps. That's how we can have this conversation right here. And you say, "Well, damn, Southwalker, who the motherfucker you fucked with to make you think like this? Well, what music you like?" And I gave my flowers to the people that I looked up to musically or that I looked up to as a person. You know what I'm saying? As a way of thought, as a business savvy, as a representation of self to representation himself to others of where they from or who they are. So with that being said, the only people that's going to carry that information vastly and honestly and without the fucking what is the word? I don't know. I'm high, seeing tired. Without the sensory of society and the opinions of others who may have the authority to adjust the message that's being received to the consumer or to the person that's trying to learn. If you don't want them to learn a watered down version of what you did and what you left on this earth, then you have to over make statements and overly create moments that it's gonna precede you. Therefore, that's why people say you have a reputation that precedes yourself. When you do certain things and you achieve certain accolades that perceive yourself, you become legend. You become great. You become something that is remembered, whether it's in your lifetime or afterlife. So, with that being said, I want to be. I don't want to be a person that was forgotten about, not because I give a fuck about the fame or the glory or no shit like that, because I know I'm that different and I'm that special. There's something that I said, something that I do, something that I thought changed the world. And if I did it once, and I could do it again and again and again and again, and if you change the world enough times, then shit, you might end up living in the world that you actually want to live in instead of living in the world that they want you to live in the world or the world that was given to you. I'm not a person that's gonna live in the world that's given to me. I'm gonna live in my own.
Yo, Walker, you know what, man? I ain't gonna lie. I'm a real nigga, right? And